Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live show. It is Monday night, and wow, what a market we're looking at. Mag 7 red, crypto going down, way down. Getting just completely crumbled and crushed after it ran up yesterday. These markets are absolutely crazy right now with tariffs and everything else. I would say that every minute is just an overreaction and a big reaction to something. I know it is very sad there, laptop travel. I agree. It is wild. We did have some poppers, though. We can't complain with ACON and that BTAI. We definitely pointed them out last night. And that BTOG also ran up big, too. So we did have some poppers right there. So let's go through, see what's going on, and what could be popping for tomorrow. And I don't know if it's going to be a whole lot of green, but we will find the little ones that are going to pop up because that's what we do. There was three poppers today. We did talk about all three of them. So, and there you go. And there was a couple other ones, but nothing real crazy there. I think we got all the 100%ers we could possibly get. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Here we go, everybody. Let's take a look at this crazy market because it is wild. I will look at that ACON first, that of Clarion, because we looked at it last night and it did want to get rocking and rolling. We knew that. And you guys at 4 a.m., I know Laptop Travel was all over it, and a few other people had crushed it. So it did open up, and it gapped up there. It closed at like 335 the other day, and then it was opening up around, I don't even know. Let me look on here. ACON. Let me get the prices. 391 to 850, and then it closed at 650, so it is at 650 right now, and it is over to 20 and not looking bad. I would keep an eye on it again tomorrow morning as well for that ACON and that BTAI. We mentioned this one. It's at BioXcel or something like that, BioXcel, and this one was popping up this morning, running like crazy, and that one was BTAI, and we definitely looked at this, and it went 211 to 682, and it closed at 347, and another one into that channel, and not looking too bad for tomorrow. So that is BTAI, and that BTOG was another one that ran up pretty good, Bit Origin, and that one went, let's see, what is it, BTOG here, and that one went crazy from 24 cents to 205, and it closed at 40. So it's just under the 20. And this one might actually get knocked down because it didn't even get crossed through that MACD. It might get bounced down there, but a big old run. And usually if you see a candle that tall with without that momentum, you've kind of figured they're not going to continue that momentum. But other crazier things have happened. But it does look like it could get smacked down off that MACD, pull back a little bit, and then get set back up. So here we go. Let's cruise right through, see what we're looking at, and see what's going to be popping for tomorrow. OCEA. Let's see. We can probably run through these fairly quick tonight because not a whole lot going on here. And that was just pulling back a penny, and it could just pull back. These things, even the ones that are really set up, when you see the market doing this, they have to kind of get adjusted to get set up sometimes. And this one was like 10 to 9. It's nothing bad, but it is just kind of pulling back a hair. But keep an eye on it because it's in a great spot down here, and that is at OCEA. And I know we've been looking at that. Oh yeah, the TRNR that ran up this morning quite a bit too. That was over 100% this morning. It just happened to pull back here, and honestly, it doesn't even look like it's real bad. I don't even know why it pulled back, but that went like 302 up to 296. It came down to like $2. It closed at 226. And I'm not sure what happened. It didn't even look like it topped out there. It was trying to get up into the top. At one point, it snuck up into the top and started to cruise, and that's when it started to really move up there, almost the $4 area. And then the next thing you know, it pulled itself back out and had a little healthy pullback. So I'm not sure if it really wants to run up. It looks like it wants to kind of cruise up more, but we'll have to look at it in the morning. It was just kind of odd the way that one did that. TRNR. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one for sure. And LRHC, this one was down a penny, but was trying to get set up a little bit today. It was running up a little bit at one point because I know I looked at it And let's see, it was 22 to 23. It came down to 20. It's at 21 right now. And another one that's just setting up right here. It's been setting up too, so maybe it's going to wait for that 20. Like I said, that's at 26 cents, and everything's just kind of setting up down here. So it's just on par right now for everything. S dot SDOT, that did pull back today a little bit there, and that one's been set up, and maybe that comes back down into the 20 area at 304. So we'll watch that one, and another one's been running up there, and I don't think it looks terrible, SDOT, but it did pull back a little bit today, and it probably will come back into that 305 area. And it is crossed over, so we know like they like to bounce off three times, just like they need to hit the MACD about three times to get through. So it is that opposite look right there. And here we go. So that was S dot and aim. Let's see. It was trying to aim up and it wasn't doing such a great job today. It did start moving and then pulled back. So it seemed like everything was trying to move at in the beginning. I mean, everything in the morning has been green at 7 a.m. And the next thing you know, it just goes completely red. It's pretty wild. And AIM was no different today. 13 to 14, back down to 12, and closed around 13. Whereas it's just under 13. I didn't think it was at 13.1281. So that is your AIM. And another one right here trying to get set up, and this market's just killing these things. I'm not going to lie. Holo, this one was up early this morning, and then this one pulled back as well, and it wasn't looking bad this morning, but again, they just can't hold up. And this one went from $1 to $1.35. It closed at 99, and it does look like it's trying to. It does look like it's trying to hit that MACD. It doesn't know what way it wants to go. To be honest with you, for Holo, I think it. I mean, it's almost a coin flip right now. I guess it all depends on the market conditions tomorrow. We'll look at it. It kind of wants to roll off, and then at the same time, it you would think it wants to cross through, but just knowing the pattern, you would expect it to roll off of there. But we'll keep an eye on Holo just to get a better idea. And CYN, this was down, and remember we were looking at this after that split. It really hasn't run. It's just been in the basement. It's trying to get set up, but again, these things are just not able to get moving right now. I'm not even sure what was the volume. 130K, that's why. And I was going to say, sometimes you can just tell that they have really low volume, and they would be running if they had like a million. And that's how without even looking, I was like, this one would be running if it had volume. So I'm assuming it does have very low. So that's why I looked at it. You know, I generally don't look at that, but it was just a telltale sign. I was just curious. So yeah, 130,000 in volume is not much. And that clue obviously pulled back on the reverse split, and it's still kind of on that line, but it was a good dip. And we'll have to look at it tomorrow morning and see if it does want to get popping off. That's the one thing with the trend spider on reverse splits. It doesn't really set up the chart again. Finviz is better with the reverse splits, I must say. But the clue CLEU, that one obviously reverse split today. We'll keep an eye on it for tomorrow to see if it wants to get moving. And LICN is another one that was reverse splitting today, and now it's at 580. It was down $1.86 today, and another one could get set up to run, and we'll take a look at them tomorrow. The trend spider will redo the charts on them. It usually takes like 24 hours for whatever reason. And so yeah, the LICN and Clue CLEU, both reverse splits today, both China small caps, and both of them we'll look at again. OCGN, this one we've been looking at, it was down that 4 cents. They do have their earnings coming up on the 5th, which is Friday, which is Ash Wednesday, believe it or not. Ash Wednesday already, this Wednesday on March 5th. So there you go for that. And that's when they have their earnings. And this one is pulling back at the moment. And it was, like I said, all of them are trying to, even now, the ones that were curling up over the MACD and curled coming down. And remember, I said most of them have a chance. Some of them have a chance. They're pulling back. So you're going to start, I think we're going to see that pattern for a little while there for like that 3 or 4 MACD bounce. And it's great to know it because I'm telling you, they would fake you out every single time. I mean, they fake me out, and I still know the pattern, and I still want to think they're going to run because they just set up so perfectly. And then you got to remember that, oh, yeah, they're going to hit that and bounce down. And almost every single one of them's doing it. So you definitely have to play it like that. It's like playing the odds, I guess, in blackjack. If you don't do it, you just end up losing. It's going to be similar to this. I mean, you just got to play the odds with it. It's almost all of them are doing the same pattern. So, yeah, one or two might change or might do something different. But for the most part, I'm telling you, that pattern is like you got to stick with it right now. And, and yeah, it just jumped out at us. Usually that one, that's not a pattern I don't remember ever picking up before, like that kind of look where it had to do that. So something different and new, but I love to look for patterns and see what they're doing. And that one kind of jumped out and it's definitely holding true. MPW ran up and it ran up a little bit more. I think it might have topped out there today. And obviously another one that had popped up. Yeah, 589 up to 6. And it's back at 580. But again, if you were in it, look to lock in those profits. It could be topping out up there. That is at MPW right there, Medical Properties Trust. And we did call that, although it is in the top. We'll look at it tomorrow. But again, just be careful. It's in the top. You know that sometimes they can bounce back up and run a little higher, and and it's always nice to catch that extra. But at the same time, when they get up at the top, you got to be prepared to start locking in those profits because they do pull back just as quick, and if not faster than if they ever bounce up there. So MPW right there, and good old Riley. That one's been going up. It did pull back today. I think it might have tried to run up a little bit this morning, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. 652 to 689 and back into the 530. So Riley might be done right there. And that could be pulling back. And we hit that one going up for some reason. I thought it was up this morning, but definitely not. And that OKLO, we were looking at this thing and this thing pulled back. It was sitting on that trend line right there. And that thing took a nice dip and it looks like it could be coming down some more. So we will keep an eye on that one. And it might be easier to try to short some of these right now than it is to try to get them to go up because right now this market's wild. Even like UPS right there, it was looking good and it only moved up 23 cents. So on a normal day, that thing would have been bumping up there today. It went 119 to 120, almost 121, but then it came down to 118.77 and it closed under where it opened at 119.28. So again, just struggling to get moving. And like I said, UPS on a good day, it would have hit that 50 up at 122 with no problem. Today, you could easily see that and might even have busted through it, but clearly couldn't do it today. Lockheed Martin LMT, another one only up $1.57. This one is hitting that resistance up there. So I would be careful because just the way the market looks, it could be pulling back your LMT to get set back up. So we'll look at it. And again, we ran that one up pretty good. So just be careful with that. And good old Elf was trying to set up, right? And then it took a huge dip today. So glad I was just watching this thing and we started looking at it again yesterday because that is a really nice dip. And we will see. It's over the MACD and we will absolutely look at it tomorrow morning, see if it's trying to get rolling off of there because it's either going to roll off or come through and really take a dip. And if it does that, you might want to just short it right down to the bottom because it's already in the basement and it would definitely go crazy down if it did that. And I'm not so sure it wants to. So we're going to look at Elf right there tomorrow, see what it wants to do. And good old AAP is Advanced Auto Parts. Don't you know I type in Apple and I can't usually type in Apple. I usually type this in. So go figure. But anyway, AAP, they did have their earnings and this is pulling into the basement. So everything, and I mean, it looks bullish up there at the $50 area and it's at 35.41 and it really just can't get moving. So that is Advanced Auto Parts pulling back. And we'll look for that to be bottomed out. And another one, it has, I mean, multiple times it's tried to curl through once, twice, 3 times. And you might even get 4 or 5 out of this one. So every single one in Advanced Auto Parts isn't a cheap penny stock. It's at $35, so it's not a huge one, but it's definitely a decent cap. 2.12 billion market cap, so it's all of them, and we kind of know that. But that is AAP, and that TTO, guys, at Trade Desk, or what was that one? What was Trade Desk? Hold on, what did I? TTD. That's not an O. That's supposed to be a D. I don't know why I said O, but anyway. TTD right here, good old Trade Desk. That was down 315 and trying to set up. So we are going to keep an eye on all of these bad boys. And that's why I was telling you guys to be extra, extra patient and just see what this market wants to do. Because even this one trying to set up came back down even lower, and it got down to like 66.83, and it closed at 67.28. So yesterday it was definitely higher than that. It closed at like 70 yesterday. So all of them just pulling back right here. That's at TTD. And True Golf, that one pulled back like 7 cents, and it's coming back to that support line down here at about 35 cent area. And we'll see if it can hold itself up right here on the MAC, or on the 20. I mean, not the MACD, but on the 20 and the MACD. I think it's going to hit kind of both of them. No, actually, I'm lying. It's going to be a trend line down here at 35, and then it's going to try to hold itself up on that MACD. I was right the first time. I guess I was looked at it quick and then forgot what I looked at. But yeah, it is hitting that MACD, and we'll see. Like I said, there is a good support down here, so we'll see if it can hold it up at 35 and a half right there, and you're at about 38. So that is our True Golf, and we'll see if it can hold itself up tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that one. TRUG, UOKA. Another one, I mean, just trying to get set up. I would think on any other given day, this one might have popped today. Watch for it tomorrow. I think it did try to run up today, but again, I think it would have tried to pop, and it did. It got up to that 20. It went 15 to 16, and then its low was 14. It closed around 15 cents. It is at 15 right there. And yeah, this UOKA. I mean, like I said, it was trying to get set up. Now it's curled down. I'll have to look at it tomorrow. But any other given day, this thing was popping off right there. Today, I would have been all over that thing. And that just a nightmare right now. Only very few are trying to really pop. And that is you okay. But we'll look at it tomorrow because, like I said, it's in a really good spot there. And that's CYCN. Another one just pulling back here. It was sitting on that trend line and that support line right there. And then it had some pullback here today, 259. And it got down to 205, and that's where it's at right there at 205. So that's CYCN. And another one with some good pullback. How about Chanson, CHSN, Chanson International, pulled back another 2 cents and didn't want to get out of the basement. It was trying to run the other day. I know that last week it was trying to get moving there. And then this week, just an absolute another disaster. It seems like every Monday there's like one thing in it after another. It's wild. You just have, that's why I tell you, be careful holding over the weekend, because could you imagine you wake up and then it happens like this. So they were up first thing in the morning, but it did not last long. And this Chanson is 24 to 21. So that also pulled back there, CHSN. BTCT, that BTC Digital. I think this was actually up a little bit, and I don't think it's going to cross through immediately, though. It's making a big old fish hook, and we kind of know they don't get crossed through immediately. So it probably just ran up today, that 480 to 619. It closed at that 432, so below where it opened, and I would expect it to try to just get curled up there and then pull back and not get crossed through at the moment. So that's your BTCT and LITM right here. Here was another runner that we had on our list right here, that LITM. And like I said, I know Stock Authority was liking this one right here, and that is that Snow Lake Resources, and it is trying to curl up. And like I'm saying, it's just the only thing is, it looks pretty strong until it gets to this spot right here. So we'll see if it does cross through. It'll look really good. It can get up here into that 58, 59 area and maybe pop up. But again, it's got to be able to cross through right now. So today's pop up might have been all it had, even though on a regular market trend, like a market day and normal market conditions is the word I was thinking of, this thing would be moving tomorrow. It may not do it. And just because we basically know that pattern right there. So you got to be careful, and it's one I'll take a look at for sure. And I'm sure it'll pop up tomorrow morning anyway. But that's at LITM, and ASBP is that one that was way down here. And it's way down here some more today. It took another dip, and aren't you glad we just have these on a watch list and we're just keeping an eye on them? And like I said, you have to be patient right now. 150 to 174, and then it came down to 95. And it's at 102 right now, ASBP. So yeah, if you just hang out and sit tight, possibly even short most of these down, um, yeah, you can have some cash when these things want to run back up, and you'll be in great shape because I'm telling you, these things are just going way down, and just let them sink. I mean, just get your best opportunities. Don't force anything. LGMK, good old logic mark coming right up to that line right now. And who thinks it's going to cross through? Because I'm not so sure it is. Although it's trying to, it looks pretty good to try it, but I'm not so sure. Maybe you get a little pop off tomorrow on Logic Mark. Keep an eye on that tomorrow. LGMK, watch that, guys, in the morning. LGMK, it's right there. I don't think it'll get out of the basement, but maybe you get a little pop up on it. Who knows? We'll see. But it is right there, so it's one to keep an eye on. PW, that power right even pulled back. That was trying to get set up. And then that 20 just kind of curled it right down and pulled it, it like literally crossed through and then made a U-turn. I mean, this thing, if you pull up that pull up the chart on PW, look at the MACD, it literally made like a U-turn after it got over the MACD. It just came and turned right back around to come back down. It's pretty wild. You don't see that very often either. So yeah, this market's all jacked up, guys. I mean, that was looking pretty good, and it is like literally a U. It's like a horseshoe upside down. So yeah, there you go with that PW. And that one looks like it's going to be pulling back. How about SOUN? This had looked good this morning, and then this one started to pull back as well. And I think we were talking about last night looking decent, 11 to 1166, and then it said nah, and it came back down to 1012. And another one, I doubt it's going to be coming through that MACD. So I have a feeling you're going to get a better price on SOUN as well. And here we go with AKAM. It was looking good last night. It was up 32 cents, but not even anything crazy. And again, normal market conditions. This thing was popping up a little bit today. Tomorrow it's going to try to crawl up, and I think you're just going to be kind of jumping around all over. So it is out of the bottom right there, out of the basement, running flat right over the line. But I'm not so sure it's really set up to get popping just yet, unless it really makes something crazy happen. And today it says content delivery stock something. I don't even know. But anyway, it's a software company. And like I said, AKAM, I'll look at it to see if it exactly wants to get set up there. And good old gold is Barrick Gold. Let's see what that's up to right now, because not even gold, I don't think, was trying to hold up that well today. And it was down a little bit, GOLD. And it went, let's see right here, gold went 1781 to 1818, and then it closed at 1777. What a year. And yeah, it's closed a penny under where it opened up, and it is under that 20 right there. So that could be pulling back. Thursday looked like it wanted to be its bottom at 1728, and I don't think so. I think gold's going to be pulling back, guys. So be careful with that one. And it's almost like everything wants to be pulling back at this moment, and even gold. So that's GOLD, good old Barrick Gold right there, and HEPA. We've been looking at this. It did pull back a penny. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but a penny on this on a 10-cent stock is pretty big, 13 to 14. And it went down more than that because it was down to 10 and it closed at 11. And where is it right now? It is, yeah, it's down there at the lower end of 11, and another one across through the MACD coming back to that line, and we'll see if it can hold itself up. And it is hitting that bottom, almost getting into the basement. So HEPA could be trying to bottom out here, and again, it is over the MACD. So HEPA could be one that tries to roll off, not looking bad to try to do it. And again, we have to kind of really, really be careful with which ones we're looking at. So a couple of them for tomorrow we can keep an eye on, like HEPA, Logic Mark, LGMK, that LITM we're looking at, and we'll see if that ELF wants to come down anymore. But yeah, you definitely have to be patient and picky, I'd say. So we'll keep on going and seeing what we see, and I'll let you know if anything looks good. That DGLY down a little bit today, and that one's just in the basement and not really ready. But another one, guys, if this thing was a normal market condition, I bet DGLY would have been popping like either Friday, today, or tomorrow. Just looking at that chart right there, you already know it. And so keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll try to still pop up right here, that DGLY. And again, these market conditions are pretty wild right here. So some of the best setups ever and the best positions that you can be in aren't even really doing a whole lot. I think it's more or less if they have like news come out or something, they're going to move a little bit. So it is kind of crazy right there. And a couple of them that are already up in the top when they run, they're still running up into that top and getting some good gains up there. So we have to look for them, I think, at the moment. CPRI, let's take a look at that. It's up 85 cents. I wrote that one down at the top of the list last night. Oh, I wrote it at the bottom of the list at some point. So last night, I think CPRI, and that one did bounce off. But again, it just crossed through, and I'm not so sure it's going to keep that momentum. Normal market condition, this probably going flying, but I'm not so sure it will tomorrow. 23.80 to 24.10, and it's back at 23.10 right now. So yeah, this one could have really took off right there, and I'm not so sure it's able to for CPRI. And this CNTM, this was looking good too, and but the only thing is it pulled back into that basement and went down like 9 cents. So I'll look for that bottom on this CNTM, that Connect, whatever it's called. It is Connect Connect M Technologies. And yeah, it wasn't looking bad yesterday or Friday. And it had closed at 71. Today's 62, and it closed at 61 right there. So it did jump up to 68, but nothing crazy. And it did pull back as well. So that is at CNTM, and I'll look because it is in the basement now, and we'll see how long it wants to stay down there. ASTS, let's see what that's doing. That pullback today. And another one, I mean, holy cow, these things are just crossing down now and going down. So I would say ASTS might be pulling back. It does have some support right here at that 24, 25 areas, your 50. But I don't even think that's holding it up at this point because it does look like it wants to come down right there. I know they had good news. They had a business update and some other stuff going on. Oh yeah, like Vodafone or something, and AST Space Mobile signed agreement to create European direct to device satellite service provider or whatever that is up to. But yeah, they did have some news, and it was it up today? Hold on, what did I say? 29.10 to 29.60. Not a whole lot, but it did come way down because it's at 25.65, and it came down into the 24s. So there you go for ASTS, your space mobile, and another one pulling back. So yeah, not a whole lot of them holding themselves up right here. That's for damn sure. ALLR, hilarity. This actually was looking pretty good today, and the only thing is, I'm not so sure. Again, it's going to cross through. It does look like it has some really good momentum. Watch it tomorrow and see. 80 to 110. It closed at 99 for ALLR. And we'll see. I mean, it's a really nice curl up and it's hitting that MACD. It could do it, and then it could even pull itself back after it does it. So watch ALLR in the morning as well because that one's not looking too bad. And good old Genius Group, GNS. Let's see what that's doing here. That one's just pulling back right here, and it is underneath the MACD. Let me take a look. And it ran around 42 to 44. Oh, it came down pretty good, 32, and it closed at 34. And yeah, I'll have to take a look at this. It's kind of running that line, and I'm not so sure it's going to bounce off of there, but I'd have to look at it tomorrow to get a better idea. And good old Icon, this would pull back a big time again, and it is way down there today. ICON, holy cow, I'm telling you, these penny stocks are rough too right now. And what it do? 14 up to 17. I didn't even know it even went up at all today. And then it came down to 12, but it did close at 14. So I guess it pulled back to 12. But yeah, it did pull back, and 2 cents right there is pretty hefty. And it was down for Icon, ICON. And let's take a look at that PETA, Harambe Electric, because this had run up not long ago, and this looks like it's pulling back. And we'll just have to look and see if it can get caught up on that 20. Actually, it's underneath the 20 now, so see if it can get caught up on that MACD at this point in that bottom basement line right there. See if it can stay on there when it hits it and bounce. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And WTO, another small cap China one, just pulling back today. And like I'm saying, it's like everything, even China ones, it don't matter. Them tariffs are coming out, and they seem to be crushing this market. So WTO, that's down, and PBM, that's down 21 cents, and that pulled back pretty good, hitting that bottom. Watch to see if this pops up tomorrow at all, guys. PBM, it's over the MACD. It could roll off, hitting that bottom line. So you can take a look and see if that wants to bounce off of there. And let's keep on cruising. We're just going to keep on rolling pretty quick. Our markets are kind of a disaster, but again, we'll pick out the good ones that actually look decent for tomorrow. We did it today, and we honestly, I think we hit anything that did run over 100%. We had it. So, yeah, we definitely find what's going to be popping the next day without a problem. So let's go. Our list is pretty short, which is perfect. And again, there's not much happening. So we'll just cruise through, get done, not a big deal. Here we go, ZSPC, and I mean, crypto got rocked tonight. Solana's back to 136. Bitcoin's at 83. Ethereum's about to go under 2,000. It's like 2,050. Ripple's at 226 right now. And they are just getting crushed right there. Cardano's back to 77. It was just at like 109 or something yesterday. So you had that crazy reaction, and now they're even down crazier. And Doge is at 19. So yeah, crypto's getting whacked. I don't even think we have to really look at the charts. We kind of know what they look like. They're down. So I'll look at them in the morning because we don't even have to waste our time. I don't think anyone's going to be doing anything tonight with them. Everything is pulled back hard. Even Chainlink's down at 1367. That could be a really good opportunity. And that H bar, I mean, honestly, that thing has been holding itself pretty well. I would keep an eye on that HBAR. So we'll go through them. Like I said, we can hit them tomorrow morning. They're not doing anything tonight. I can promise you that. And let's get back. We'll rock through this list. ZSPC. That is our Z space. We looked at it last night. It's a computer hardware one. I actually added it to the computer hardware and quantum ones, but they're not anything to look at the moment either. And this one is pulling back there. So they do have earnings coming up on March 13th. Looks like they just did on February 26th, and then they do on March 13th. That's kind of odd, but whatever. I'm not so sure, but that's what it says here. So, but it looks like it's coming down at the moment. So that is ZSPC. And MNMD, I believe that's Mind Medicine. MNMD, Mind Medicine. Wow, what a dip on this, down 65 cents. So, yeah, everything coming down right here today. MNMD. And that is a nice dip down for MNMD, Mind Medicine, it's called. And they do have earnings coming up. When's that? Tomorrow? Yeah, no. The 6th is on Thursday. So we'll keep an eye on that for their earnings. MNMD. Maybe it can get popped up for that. SLNH. Let's see what that's doing. That one's pulling back 8 cents right there. It looked like it tried to bottom out Friday. Didn't get that low because it went to 89. Today it got down to like 95 and a half area, but it is getting into that basement, at least trying to anyway. So SLNH. Yeah, I'm not so sure that one wants to curl up at the moment. It was trying to get set up there, and it looks like it'll be pulling back a little bit with the rest of them. And I don't know what the heck this one is. Let me see. JACN. I have no idea what that is. The only thing I see is a JACK is I know Jack in the Box, and there's a JACS. So I'm not sure, but since we're looking at it, well, let's look at Jack and see what Jack in the Box. Oh man, Jack in the Box is getting crushed too right here. Good old JACK, and that is a restaurant. I think it's like a hamburger shop. I'm pretty sure Jack in the Box, and it is dipping down pretty good today. So. And another one, take a look at this chart if you want. And came crossing down through the MACD, got curled up fast. And like I said, I thought these were the only ones that had the opportunity or the shot to get through, and they're not going to do it either. So we know they're not getting through on that first time. And if they do, it's a rarity. So, I mean, it's just, if it does, follow it up. You know what I mean? So, you exactly know what to look for. I mean, we definitely picked that out. But yeah, I'm not sure what that JACN was. Somebody posted, I asked, but that is Jack in the Box instead. So we looked at JCK, and you can tell my show's definitely not scripted or anything. I just look at whatever. CLRO, Clear One, let's look at it. That one was running today. That was on our list as well last night. And there you go. That popped up today. I don't even know if I noticed it, to be honest with you. Maybe I did and just didn't even pay no mind to it because I definitely go through them. Yeah, I don't know if I just missed it completely, I guess. I'm looking at it like I don't remember seeing this. Maybe I just skipped it. I skipped the one that popped 71 to 91 and it closed at 80 and doesn't even look bad because it's up in the top. Honestly, look at it tomorrow. It was on the list, I know that. And I'm pretty sure unless someone added it today, I forget. I thought it was on, maybe not. I don't know. I really don't remember. But anyway, that's probably why if it wasn't, and I didn't look at it last today, that's probably why. But anyway, CLRO, it is on the list tonight. It did pop up today, and I would look at it in the morning to keep that momentum because again, it's popped up into the top right there, and it does look like it could have that momentum play early. So keep an eye on that early morning Weeblers, laptop travel and crew, because that one could be a clear one for you, CLRO, and it's called Clear One Inc. right there. So definitely keep a good eye on that in the morning. ADTX, let's look at it coming down right there. And yeah, it is just pulling back to 5 cents. Remember, we got this thing that was that one ran in the basement forever. That was our last ALLR, and it was ADTX, and then it ran up to almost 16 cents there. So we did have a really nice pop, but it is pulling back down to 5 cents, and it's pulling back to that bottom line. We'll have to see what exactly it wants to do. ADTX. Let me see in the after hours here. Yeah, it's not showing me a whole lot. That's for damn sure. So we'll see if it can get set up, but it's not looking exactly amazing at the moment. But again, I'll look at it tomorrow. NIVF, and nothing's really looking that amazing, to be completely honest. NIVF pulled back like 44 cents. This was a nice dip down. And let's see, because that is a nice dip. That could possibly try to bounce up tomorrow, guys. So it did take a really nice bounce. 212 up to 214 came down to 142 and then it closed at 162. I would keep an eye on that for that bounce right there. So yeah, I would watch that one. NIVF to see if that wants to bounce in the morning. So there you go for that one. There you go. Excuse me. And yeah, NIVF, that medical care facilities in Taiwan, NIVF. So look for that to try to bounce. Big old dip today. And SAG Holdings came down. That's a Singapore Auto Parts. And that one looks like it's just going to get into the basement. That one's way down there. SAG. That could be on the laptop lowdown list right there for SAG. PSTV right here to Plus Therapeutics. And this one was trying to base out, but it's still in the basement. And I don't think it's ready to base out with this market. So we'd have to keep an eye on that. And ENLV, this one had run up Friday and just came back today. Let's see, ENLV. And let's see what it's doing right here, ENLV. Oh wait, did it run up today? It might have ran up in the pre-market, 120 to 162, and then it closed at 107. It came down to 94, and this one actually just says it got up to 112, and this says it got up to 162. So it definitely ran up in probably the pre-market there, considering it's down at 107 now. So yeah, that one probably ran up early and then pulled back. So there you go with that ENLV, but I'm not so sure. We'd have to look at it again tomorrow. So it did move. SBEV, Splash Beverage Group, and this is a winery distillery company. I think we looked at it just recently. They had their earnings, and another one. I'm not so sure it's coming through that MACD right there. On a normal market condition, I would say, yeah, you probably got it, but I think you're coming down on that bounce, and it does look like it's going to bounce down. So, yeah, I'm telling you, it's an easy look right now. BHAT, Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment. And let's see, that one pulled back and it crossed through coming down. Let me just take a look to see if it has any bounce in it here. I don't see an immediate bounce, but it could get set right back up. It's not in a bad spot. That's why I was looking. And I mean, you can look for the bounce right there. It could happen, but it's not in a bad spot. I just think it's going to get set up in the next week or so. So that's BHAT, and we'll keep an eye on good old Blue Hat and FBGL. FBS Global right here. This is that one that just kind of started out and it's been in the basement. And yeah, it's just kind of running down here while the market's all just cruising around, not doing much. So we'll look at that one. And XLO, this one ran up not long ago. It was trying to get set up. Your 20 and 50 are trying to meet up. It just crossed through XLO. Let me see. 88 to 98, and it closed at 89. Just an interesting look. Oh, I'd have to look at that tomorrow. Maybe that one's going to try to crawl back up and run through. I'd be amazed, but that one, the 20 and 50 are meeting up. I could see it happening. It's just not just not looking great at the moment. You know what I mean? Like it's pulling back, but that doesn't mean it can't run up into that channel and get moving right there. So yeah, I would say we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. XLO right there, and we'll keep an eye on that. And there you go with that. We'll go through our laptop travel or Joey's jams, our spy and our big caps and everybody right there. And we'll see what's going on. Let me know if you guys want to see what you guys want to see, if you want me to look at anything or if I missed something. So yeah, just post it up. We'll go through it and we'll just keep rocking and rolling. We'll try to make it an earlier night since the markets are kind of down right now. But again, we do find what's popping, so it's definitely worth going through everything, pointing them out, seeing what's good, and just rocking and rolling. And of course, we'll be on at our 7 a.m. for our pre-market to see how the market's opening. BCG, Bin Capital. This one actually ran last week. We didn't even look at it, but we had looked at this a bunch of times, but it ran February 27th. This thing just has like crazy run-ups, guys. This BCG, Bin Capital. So we'll take a look at it. It did run up. It's kind of pulling back just a hair right now, and it's on that 20. So we'd have to look at it. But again, it just randomly like just pops out of nowhere and goes nutty. What does that say? I think it was BRI. Is that what it was? I don't even know what that one is. What did I write down laptop travel for that one? Because I don't even know what I wrote. Thought it was BRT. I don't. Yeah, I guess BRT Apartments maybe. That one doesn't look bad. I could see it being that one right there, and that's actually a real estate one, looking good, rolling off the MACD and the 20. So I could see it being BRT, and maybe that's what I wrote. And today it went. 1793 up to 1824. It's at 1790. So yeah, it's not looking too bad right there for BRT. And I'm gonna guess that's what I wrote right there because it's not an I for sure. And BRT does look pretty good, so I would imagine that's it. CDTG, I know we've looked at CDT, Environmental Technology Investment Holdings. They got one heck of a name right there, CDT. And we'll look at that one too. But yeah, this is CDT. TG, and we will take a look and see if it wants to roll off that MACD. Let me see what it did in the after hour CDTG right here. It's sitting on that 20. It honestly could roll off of there. It's not looking bad, guys. So keep an eye on this one. CDTG, not looking bad right there. Let's see if Camp wants to do CAMP, Camp for Therapeutics. And this bad boy is just kind of flat right there. It's been bouncing around, had some nice pullback, jumped right back up. Now it's in the channel, and yeah, it's all over the place. So I might want to look at Camp tomorrow, see what that one's trying to do. It's in that channel. I would imagine it's going to try to start setting up, but it has all kinds of, it just jumps around all over the place. So keep an eye on that one. CAMP, it does have some good movement on it on a pretty good basis right there on a daily basis. DSWL, Deswell Industries. And this one is just over that MACD in that channel right there. DSW. Hold on. Let me see. DSWL in the channel. And yeah, this one actually might roll off there too. So keep an eye on that one right there. DTC. Let's see what Solo Brands is up to. That looks like it's in the bottom right there. And that's DTC. And yeah, we'll look at that. That's like a laptop travel. That's a laptop lowdown right there for DTC and HUDI. Good old Huadi or something. That's in a Chinese company. And here we go. It's just pulling back. It's in that channel, so I'm not sure how much it wants to pull back. But it was today 177 down to 156. So we'll see what that one wants to do. It did look like it was trying to pull back. I'm not sure how much more it wants to go. And LBG something. LBG J, that's what it is. Libang International Corp. And this was actually up 3 cents in a little bit. It was up Friday. It looks like LB. Holy cow, this one drives me nuts. GJ. I can never say the letters. Yeah, it ran up Friday. Makes my brain hurt. 178 to 293, and then it closed at 221. And today it went 215 to 223, and now it's at 212. It's in that channel, not looking bad. LBGJ, it says. So that's that one. If it can get up over this resistance at like 230, and that's where it's at in the after hours, it might be able to really pop up there. So keep an eye on that one. And again, LBGJ it is. And that is MEC and Mayville Engineering Company. They do have earnings, unless it was today. No, they're tomorrow. And that took a nice pullback. And another one, just look at it, trying to roll, trying to get through the MACD a couple times, and it just can't do it, guys. So it'll probably be a four banger right there to get through. And that is MEC. And let's look at MKWW. What the hell am I saying? MKDW. I think that one fried my brain, honestly. MKDW, MKD Well Tech. This looks like it could have been like a shell company at one point. It says a technology company, but this one's trying to curl up, guys. It's looking really good right here. MKDW. There you go. And it does look like it ran 45 to 59. It's at 47 and not looking bad. It's in that channel. So you keep an eye on that. That 50 is right up there about where it hit. It's at 60 and it hit at what, 59? So right there for MKDW. Not looking bad. We'll see if it can run up some more tomorrow. SLGL here. And that one just has a little healthy pullback, it looks like. SLGL, let me see. SLGL, let's see. Soul Gel. Yeah, a little healthy pullback right there. Nothing too crazy. So keep an eye on that. That could try to run up tomorrow. So yeah, I would keep an eye on that. SLGL and SWIN, Swin Solomon Holdings. This one popped up today and doesn't look bad. SWIN, and it went 123 to 151. It's at 137 and not looking bad right there, guys. So a couple great ones for the laptop travel list. And UGRO, and we were looking at this the other day, and let's see, UGRO. There we go. Urban Grow. And that one, oh, that one's not looking bad. It did try to run up there Friday. And what it do today? It's in that 20 right there, 79 to 83. It's at 80. And yeah, like I said, Ugro looking good. And GRO is at Brazil Potash. Can I talk either? That's that other mining's one in Canada. And I think it did bottom out the other day, but it's just staying in the basement. So I'm keeping an eye on that GRO and see what that wants to do right there. So there you go. It's your laptop travel list. And let's see, BRN, is that what that one was too? Barnwell Industries. Let's see what that one is. That's a BRN, huh? I really jacked that up. I don't even know what the heck I wrote down. BRN, oil and gas. That one's definitely a good dipper right there into the basement as well. So yeah, BRN, keep an eye on that. 148 to 155 and down to 132. It's at 133. So that's almost like a laptop lowdown right there as well. So there you go. It's your laptop travel list and a lot of good ones right there. Two setting up tomorrow: MKDW, SLGL, SWIN, SWIN, DSWL, and that CDTG is looking good. So keep an eye on a few of them bad boys for tomorrow. And Agrify, let's see our Joey's Jams. This one is just, I mean, if the market was normal, I'd be like, yeah, this thing is setting up to get squeezed up there. But I'm not even so sure right now because it could be pulling back a little bit. Let me just see in the after hours, AGFY today. And again, today could be its bottom down there at 1723 is at 1818. So we'll keep an eye on it. It could be getting set up to run right there for Agrify. And that Blink was trying to get set up and then it came down 11 cents today. It was looking great until today. And then it definitely came down. They do have earnings, I believe, next Thursday. So yeah, this one's over the MACD. It just got into the basement. It might actually pull back some more on Blink. And that's Blink Charging and Sezzle right here, SEZL. That one's pulling back as well. And yes, a lot. I mean, the whole market is, but Sezzle looks like it is pulling. Whoa, yeah, down $26 right there. So Sezzle pulled back. And let's see, Sterling looked good last night, but it pulled back today because I looked at it and it is pulled back right there. It went 128.92 to 130, came back down to 119. It's at 121 right now, 97. So that definitely took a pullback from 128 to 121. So yeah, that definitely pulled back there. We'll have to keep an eye on the good old Sterling infrastructure. And how about Rivian, RIVN? That pulled back and it's just trying to make a base. But again, I don't think it's ready for a couple weeks, maybe a week or two. And Symbotic was down some more, hitting that bottom, and we'll keep an eye. And another one might not be set up for another week or two. So there you go with our Jolie's Jams, our laptop travel list, and the rest of them. And we kind of ran through crypto. Like I said, that's just a complete disaster right now. So we'll look at that later. And yeah, Sol's at 135. That's pretty wild, guys. And Bitcoin's at 83,000. It was just at like nine. It just went down like $10,000. So what a crazy swing that is. And yeah, Trump is like a maniac. Everything's just completely wild right now. That's for damn sure. So here we go. Let's go ahead. We'll run through our SPY, our big caps really fast. We can knock through them, and then I'll see what else is going on here, and see what you guys want to look at on the list. So let me know if I missed anything, and I did see a couple come through, so I'll definitely take a look at them. I saw CDT and a couple other ones, TSM, which we'll hit right here. So yeah, let me just run through these guys real quick, and like I said, we can make it kind of an early night since everything's kind of a disaster. Maybe it'll pick back up. I wasn't, again, I've been kind of telling you exactly what's going to happen. I wasn't so confident that they were going to be running up either Friday, today, and most of last week. I think last Sunday we said it, and last week was down, and this week I wasn't so confident, and look what happened already. So let's go ahead and see what they look like for tomorrow. The good old SPY, and I think it is pulling back. Tried to go up a little in the after hours, but I'm not so sure. And maybe again it runs up in the pre-market there as it does, and then it pulls back. But yeah, it's that 50 and 20 are curling down. It does look like it's coming down here. 594 to 597 and then down to 579. So, I mean, that's a hell of a jump right there. And it closed at 585. So, what a big dip. And yeah, we have like tariffs coming on board tomorrow. So, I'm sure that's going to be a real good look for the market. And let's go ahead and see what our Mag 7 is up here. And tariffs, yeah. And then there you go. See, I was saying the same thing as you. I just saw a post up there and tariffs, and there you go. And politics and nonsense. So, yeah, it's been a lot of craziness. Anyway, Apple looks like it's pulling back. And what I just do, AAPL, here we go. And let's see, it does. It's hitting that MACD. It looks like it's going to cross down and come down right there. Apple. And at the same time, it could stay in that channel. Apple's one of them ones I have to look at in the morning. It might be the only one that actually doesn't look too bad. Amazon came pulling back, and it's on that bottom line. It's like fighting to stay out of the basement right now, guys. So we'll see if Amazon keeps the fight up tomorrow. And Google is down trying to set up, and that one is in the basement. So Google made it into the basement and is staying in there for a moment. And Meta was even down $13 and looks like it's going to be pulling back right there. So Meta looks like it's coming down. Microsoft came back down 850 and that's pulling back. And again, it crossed through. It's going to take it a couple times to go crossing through it. And the video is down 1088 and that looks like it's coming back down some more. So you can catch all of these at really good prices, I think. Good old Tesla's down, what, $8 to like 284 right there. Hitting some good support, but I'm not so sure. Again, Tesla's already tried to curl through one, two, a couple times, and it's just not getting through. So it could be pulling back right there. AMC was down. I know that. I looked at it, and GameStop was down. Well, Chewy was down $1.36, and Unity was down. I know that was pulling back $1.94. So all of them are coming down. They looked decent this morning, I remember, but not so decent today. And Netflix pulled back $6 and pulling back right there. AVGO right here, that was down $12, coming down to a support line right here at about 181. You're at about 187 for AVGO. That is at Broadcom. And we'll have to see if it can get stuck up on there at that, 182, I would say. If not, it's coming into the basement right there, AVGO. And good old MU, Micron. Let me see what that's up to. That was down 309, and that one was trying to get curled up the other day, but it looks like it's pulling back, obviously, at the moment. And we'll see. I think that one's going to be pulling back some more with the rest of them, and that's MU. TSM, let's see what that's doing. Let's see. It's Taiwan Semiconductor. That was way down, like $7 today. Definitely took a nice dip down there. And let's see what did Luis Rodriguez, because I just saw something pop up. And let me see what it even said right here. Hold on. And that semiconductors will invest an additional $100 billion in U.S. chip manufacturing, bringing its total to $165 billion to build 5 new Arizona facilities. A move President Trump praised as vital for making the U.S. a AI hub. And the investment supports Trump's push to repatriate semiconductor production, enhancing economic and national security by supplying AI leaders like NVIDIA and Apple, and amidst his broader AI infrastructure and initiatives with Oracle, OpenAI, and SoftBank. So there you go, and a couple other things. I'll post that out for you guys, and you guys can read that bad boy. But thank you very much. And now you're seeing the power of Donald Trump's president, because TSMC, the greatest manufacturer of chips in the world, is coming to America with $100 billion investment. So, wow, that's pretty interesting, huh? And so, well, we'll have to keep an eye on that as it dips down right there. And it'll be a good opportunity. And we know like everything's going to be a great opportunity right here. I'm not going to lie. So that is your TSM and a little bit of news with it. SMCI was pulling back $5, coming down some more, and AMD was pulling back $1. That was trying to get set up, and now it's not really. And QCOM pulled back 355 is pulling back down. Intel, that was not looking bad, but that pulled down 99 cents. It tried to run up this morning, and it is hitting that line. We'll have to look and see what they're doing, but I have a feeling Intel is going to pull back as well at the moment. And let's see what else is going on here. Who else wants to pull back? PayPal, you're pulling back $1.30. You look like you're going down some more. Snow, you look like you're coming down some more at 345, and it looks like Snow's going to be coming down because that ain't crossing through. We already know that. And hey, Dell, what are you up to besides coming down 720 today and going down to that bottom and maybe into the basement? And what about PLTR? They couldn't make it up either, and they actually were trying to. It's got a good support at 80, right around there, but it was pulling back as it was trying to get set up. And I think PLTR has some setup time after them big pullbacks. And Sophie was down, and I think Sophie's now going to be pulling back. It was trying to set up, but that's coming down. Mara and Riot were both looking good until today, and they're not crossing through. And now we know none of them are crossing through on the first or second time. It's clearly evident right there. I mean, it's real easy. And MicroStrategy was up early this morning. It was up like 30 something dollars or something crazy. And if you didn't lock them on, you got smoked because it went 287 to 295 and then down to 246. It closed at 251. So it went 30 up, 30 down real quick, like it was no big deal. And yeah, there you go with MicroStrategy, MSTR, CLSK, good old Clean Spark. And that was trying to get set up and running. Now that's going to be bouncing off that MACD and coming back down. And Coinbase, I know Laptop Travel was saying something about Coinbase yesterday. It was down 987. What he said, gosh, my speech yesterday about Coinbase came back to bite me. I'm sitting here just waiting and watching because I know someday it will be a huge stock. No, I mean, obviously when the market swings like $10,000 in a day, who the heck? I mean, it's just crazy right now. And to be completely honest with you, Coinbase for tomorrow would be a perfect setup. It would be its bounce off, but it's obviously not going to do it. So it's going to get set up bullish again, but it's going to have to get set up after this disaster of all this pullback and stuff. So it would have been popping tomorrow. You can see it. And maybe that's why it did pop up. I think it was up this morning, if I remember correctly. Coinbase, yeah. 236 to that 238, and it came down to 203. So, I mean, it did pop up obviously from that other news. And now we know that they're not crossing through or even getting up to that MACD. So yeah, that is your Coinbase right there. And even Robin Hood came down $3, but that was some good pullback right there. And good old DJT actually was trying to set up this morning and staying in the basement. It doesn't look terrible, but it's not ready. And fun, I'm telling you, that thing was supposed to get fun and just couldn't. And it's in the basement. It'll get set up. MTN, this one was trying to look good. I think it tried to run up this morning, as a matter of fact, if I remember correctly. It did. It went what, 160 to 161, and now it's at 168, but it pulled back to the 156 area. Or no, what did I just say? Hold on, I lied. 158. It went 160 to 161. It came down to 156 and it closed at 158 exactly. And again, that one was trying to move, and it does look like it even tried to cross through, but could easily pull itself back and then take it down even more, which would be wild for Val. McDonald's, that one's pulling back and looks like it's going to be coming down, guys. So we'll keep an eye on if it gets through that 20 coming down. It is. And good old Boeing's coming down. Remember we were saying it? And I think Boeing is going to be dipping down. Not much holding that up right at the moment. And that space is down 35 cents and into the basement. IBM was pulling back a little bit. That looks like it's coming down. And good old Disney was down $1. That's not looking too bad. bad to get set up. Oxy was looking much better until today when it took a big old dip. The same with ExxonMobil. They were looking like they were trying to get set up there, and they definitely didn't. And Nike, that one had pulled back a little bit. It's almost hitting the support. We'll see if it can stay up on the MACD and on that support line right here, which is at about 77.50 ish. Or let me see. Hold on. 77.58, something like that. And we'll see if it can stay right there. And DXYZ, there we are. That one's down and looks like it's pulling back. So that is a lot of pullback today. And obviously, a pretty crazy market right there. CDT, let's see what that's up to. Good old Conduit Pharmaceuticals. That's what it is. It was down 4 cents. And let's see. It tried to run up there Friday. Didn't it try to run a little bit this morning? If I'm mistaken, 122 to 134. Yeah. And then it came down to 113. It closed at 130. Actually looks really good, Barb. So definitely looking at that tomorrow, Barbara, for CDT. Keep an eye on that guy, CDT, for tomorrow, because that's looking really good right there. I know it's been on the list. I guess I just skipped it or didn't even write it down. But yeah, not looking bad right there. And ARK Investment, that Kathy, whatever her name is, well, I can't think of it, but whatever, they purchased 38,865 shares of Coinbase through ARK Next Generation Internet ETF, and based on the closing price of 205.75 on Monday. That's at like almost $8 million transaction right there on Coinbase. They got them at what, 205, you said? Not a bad price right there, I'd have to say. She didn't do too bad. What the heck's her name? Kathy something, whatever. Anyway, there you go. And let's see, how do we know what's at the bottom? I'm not sure which one you're talking about right there. Let me see. Or if any of them you mean. Mina, if you mean how do we know if any of them hit the bottom? I just look at the chart and see when it's coming down. And again, I use the MACD and RSI, so you can just kind of see where they're coming down there, and that's literally all I use. And I look at it at the daily, but I look at it like a good 6 months out because I like to have that data, and no minutes or any of that stuff either. I don't like hours or minute charts. So yeah, that's all I look at, and we can definitely tell what these bad boys are going to do. I mean, we do it all the time. So yeah, when we hit the bottom, they're getting down into that 30 area. And that's what I'm talking about right there. And again, I don't know any of these technical terms. I'm not a financial guy by no means. You guys know that. I just can look at a stock chart and tell you what it can do. And I'm just blessed with a gift, I promise you. And so I pass it off to you guys and tell you what I see. And I love it because it's like I get into the matrix when I get into these things. I just enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun. So, but that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying getting down to the bottom right there, if that's what you're asking. I don't even know if I answered your question. If not, let me know, shoot me a DM, and we'll definitely fill you in what you would like to know right there. And let's see. I'll just post that out. Laptop Travel had posted something about Trump, the champion of crypto, and yeah, it's been pretty wild on crypto for sure, and especially when you have crazy tweets going on. So let's see what else is going on right here. Let me see. GNS we looked at. I think we looked at all them bad boys. OCEA, we had all that down. Let me see if I missed anything else. Let me see what else is going on. Let me check out the FinViz. Excuse. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. All right, here we go. Let me see what the news is. The tariffs updates. I bet them all. They all say something about tariff. Trump says 25% levies on Canada, Mexico take effect Tuesday. Trump, no room left for Canada or Mexico. 25% tariff set to take effect. Equities decline. Bonds rise on tariff concerns. And stock futures tick higher after Monday's big sell-off. And Trump's Mexico and Canada tariffs loom. And stocks kick off March with the biggest drop in months as Trump's tariffs rattle the market. Luis Rodriguez wants to see MNST. That's Monster Beverage. That took a monster little run up, huh? Recently, and it was running up some more right there. MNST. And not looking bad tomorrow, honestly, for so many that don't look good. 54.50 up to 55.58. It came down to 53s, and it's at 55.23 right now. And well, Friday it had run up there to the 56 area. It does. I mean, it's getting into the top. I would look at it in the morning, guys, for a momentum play right there. MNST. I think it's not looking bad right there to be a momentum play for you guys. MNST, Monster Beverage, not looking bad right there. And yeah, Boyle went nutty today. I know it was up like $10. And it was up to 90 the other day. And it was up to over 90 the other day. I remember it was at 96. It had pulled back, but it jumped up like 10, $11, it says here. And it looks like it went up another dollar in the after hours. It looks like it's going to roll off that MACD and run up even higher right there. So, yeah, Boyle, I'd say we nailed that one because, I mean, we said cold was going to get cold. Boyle was getting hot. And, I mean, we called them at the exact bottoms. I mean, you're talking way at the bottom in November. And these things were, this was down in the 30s. It's in the 90s now, guys. So we drilled them bad boys. I mean, completely nailed them without even trying. And they just keep going up and the cold keeps going down. So we hit them perfectly right there. So that was the boil and the cold. And oh yeah, I was looking at them news stories and we looked at them. Let me see what's trending real quick. But yeah, it's not a whole lot going on. I'm not gonna lie. So we don't have to really waste a whole lot of time. That's the beauty of the market. Some days aren't a whole lot, and then other days there's a million of them popping, and we love them days a lot more. I promise you. But you do get these big red days, but they're great opportunities. This is where you make your money on these opportunities. So that's why I tell you, don't chase anything. Be extremely patient. The markets are pulling back, and just wait for these bottoms. And you don't have to force any trades ever. Trust me. You can go a couple days without trade. It's better just to go a couple days without trade and have your cash sit there than sit there and try to force them and lose your cash when you have a great opportunity coming up that you can basically make like 10 times your money on an option call or something when they start running like crazy. So just play them smart. DJT, we looked at ACON, Tesla. These are what's trending. Giga X, TGT is a target. I don't even know. Let's see, TGT. It is Target. Hold on. TGT, and that is Target, and that pulled back with earnings tomorrow. Their earnings are tomorrow, and it's pulling back. So yeah, Target looks like it's coming down. So look at Target. They have earnings, and that is coming down right there. And GCT, is that a gold one maybe? Hold on, GCT. Oh, that's GigaCloud. Never mind. GCT is GigaCloud. They look like they had earnings today, and that one came down in the after hours. Looks like it's hitting that bottom, pulling back. But how about this one right here? It's going to surprise you guys. Ready? Walgreens. That one is actually not looking too bad here at the $10 range, and it's in the 20. It's curled over the MACD and it's trying to hold itself up there. Let me see. I'm telling you, what a talk. I would love to interview that CEO. How the hell did you turn that company? I would just want to know what the hell did they do? Because we didn't look. I have to look into that. I mean, that is a pretty, I'm telling you, just looking at them charts, it's a pretty amazing story right there. I think so anyway. And Walgreens is not looking bad. It looks like it's up probably in the overnight, it appears. It says it's up at 1.23%. The stock twits is usually really accurate with that stuff. So I would say it's kind of up there and not looking bad. It's in that channel. Your 20 and your is rolling up to your 50. And it's not looking bad right there. We'll have to keep an eye on Walgreens. But yeah, what a turnaround. I'm telling you, it's kind of impressive. I'm not going to lie. Wait, Sycamore nears acquisition of Walgreens. What is that? Are they going to sell it again? Oh, are they going to sell it? Go private? Is that why it's going? Holy cow. Wait a second. Sycamore nears acquisition of Walgreens. So they might sell it. That's what's going on. That's why it's popping up then. I was going to say, this is like the craziest story I ever saw. If they turned that company around like that. But now I think they're actually, here you go, the private equity firm and Deerfield, Illinois-based Walgreens are putting the final touches on a transaction that may be announced as soon as this week. According to the people, the Wall Street Journal reported earlier that Sycamore was closing in on a deal to acquire Walgreens for 11.30 a share to 11.40 a share in cash, or about $10 billion. Holy cow! There you go, guys. And again, who was saying that they looked like they were about to get taken over before? Yeah, they're going private. And I mean, we called it out before, and like I was just kind of saying, what an amazing story if they turn that company. I was actually going to reach out and be like, I got to interview this guy and see what the hell he did. But that's why it looked so good, because they were getting sold. And I called that shit months ago, guys, before it ever happened. So there you go. Another company right there. Holy cow. Now that one. And they even said that that deal was falling through and it was still going up. And remember, I kept saying, how the hell did they turn this company around? I guess that deal was never really falling through. Maybe it fell through for a day, and some news came out about it that it did. And but it must have been on the table still, obviously, because it looks like they're closing the deal, and that's why it looks good. So there you go. Charts tell you pretty much everything. Isn't that not amazing, though? And this is why I love stock charts, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's exactly why I love them, because of things like this. It's so fun to watch how that pans out like that. I mean, I called that thing months ago that it was like, going to either go bankrupt. And then all of a sudden, that private company, Sycamore, I believe it was them, it was the same company, said they were going to come in and buy it. The chart started to look better. Then they said that the deal went down. And then the company Walgreens looked amazing after that. But the deal was still going on, I guess. And obviously, and yeah, what an amazing, I'm telling you, that just fascinates me. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, you could see clearly what was going on right there on the chart. So there you go. EBS. Let's look at that one real quick. But that is really cool with Walgreens, because we definitely had that one nailed down months ago. And I might even have to go back and pull some of them, because I could probably find it if I just look at the list and see what days I had Walgreens on there. We'd know exactly. I mean, we know I say it every single time we went through it. We literally went through it for that reason, because we were looking at it because of that. So yeah, you guys know, the listeners definitely know we were looking at it for that. EBS, this one's down, has earnings, and looks like it's kind of pulling back right here. And their earnings were today. But yeah, that's just fascinating to me. I'm not gonna lie. And Boyle is way up at 90 that we were talking about. So there you go. And let's see what else. And I think that's about it, to be honest with you. I think we kind of nailed everything. BTAI. Oh yeah, let me look at the scanner and see if anything's going on over here. Now I'm like, I'm just like baffled by the Walgreens, because I thought the deal was falling through, and I'm telling you, I was just kind of fascinated how that stock chart started to look so good. I just wanted to know what the hell that CEO was doing to make that company that good. And the only reason why I was impressed is because the business model for them companies just doesn't work anymore. And we talked about this before with Rite Aid and the other one. It's just not the real estate's too much. They just have too much space and they don't use it well. I mean, they have a bunch of groceries and shit in there that people just aren't going in and buying all the time. And now you got to have, like, every inch of your space has to be utilized in a perfect way, or you just can't afford it. And your overhead's going to slaughter you. And you see it in every industry across the boards. That's why most of these companies just can't stay afloat. People don't realize what the overhead is doing to companies. It just destroys them. So anyway, let's take a quick look and see if we see anything. That BTOG ran up. FTFT had run up. Ford, remember we were talking about this. It's just getting set up. I'm keeping an eye on that one. It is on my list to look at. PLTR, SMCI coming down. That TRNR, like I said, that TRNR is down like 10%. Watch that thing in the morning. That thing could bounce back up. Lucid's been coming down. That plug is down right there, and that one's going to get set up. And the same with this DNN. That's that uranium one, and that one's way down. I've been keeping an eye on all on both of them guys, as a matter of fact. And Neo, that one's pulling back right there. And that XLF, I think, is that China large cap, or am I wrong? No, I'm wrong about that. That's just a different ETF right there. And that Holo we looked at, and what else? Boom Boom LXRX way down there. That's a huge dip. Rig, what a big dip. Soundhound wasn't too bad. American Airlines right here, that's dipping into the basement right there. FXI, that's what I was thinking of. That's that China large cap one. That's coming down too. And Pfizer's down, ADTX, Hood, and just about everything. Let me just see if anything over here grabs my attention real quick. And then I think we pretty much covered everything except for Adobe. We'll look at that real quick, Luis Rodriguez, and let's see what else is going on real quick. FTFT and AZTD, nothing. I mean, AGMH way down there. That clear one, we already talked about that. And BTAI, we had that today. And let's see anything else grabs my attention real quick. I'm just cruising right through, and I really don't see anything. So yeah, it's just one of them days and weeks. I think maybe the entire week could look like this. That POLA, holy shit, polar power. This thing took a big beating today, and that went up and way down actually. So, and that SUNE, that's way down there. I was looking at that. We've been watching that down, and just have that sitting there looking at it when it's going to set up. And yeah, I don't really see anything else that looks extremely good to me, to be honest with you. What is Adobe doing? ADBE up to 16. They do have earnings coming up March 12th, which is next Wednesday. And it is now the only thing is with it, I agree. It looked good today. Ran up in the after hours. Just be careful tomorrow. This it's coming up quick on that MACD, and like I said, the ones that crawl can make it are the ones that are coming crossing through, coming down, and then curling right back up. This one's trying, but lately the last few ones that we've seen haven't been able to do it. So you do get that quick pop up and then a pullback. So just be careful with that look right there. And we can obviously look at it in the morning. I'll write Adobe down. Adobe's actually a good one. We should probably add that one. I was going to take the Rivian off the list. I have IBM, so maybe I'll readjust that list too and see what's up, because we can add a couple different ones and look at some other ones, big caps and stuff. So there you go. Adobe, like I said, just make sure it wants to cross through, and I'm not so sure it does. So I will look at that in the morning. And yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good market review right there. Let's see, we did the MNST, and boom, I think we got everything. If I missed anything, let me know. I'll check it out for you. And we'll definitely be on at 7 a.m. for our pre-market. We'll do our Joey's jumpers or laptop lowdowns. We'll go through crypto real quick, and I'll tell you what they're at. Bitcoin's at 83,720. Sol's at 135. Ethereum's at 2,057. Cardano's at 78. Doge is at 19. And Ripple's at 227, it looks like. So as they scroll by on the old stock cube, I'm telling you, I love this thing. Chainlink 1381. And let's see, I know I have H bars coming up next. And yeah, ADA Cardano's at 78 and H bars at 23. So there you go. And yeah, that thing's amazing. I'm telling you, it's so fun. It's even better when they're rocking and rolling. Like yesterday, it was nice and green. I opened up the door, the thing was like bright green down here. It was awesome. I'm like, that's what they should look like. And then immediately it goes red again. So it does light up my basement red or green depending on the day too. So I guess that's an extra bonus. But I definitely love this thing. It is really cool. And like I said, it gives me the crypto prices perfectly and really quick and easy, and I feel like I'm on Wall Street. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a great market review, and our crypto cube and stock cube is the best. But anyway, like I said, we'll be back at 7 a.m. for our pre-market show. Hopefully things can get a little bit better tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not so convinced of it like I've been saying. So maybe it's another time to short some more of them. We'll look and see tomorrow morning. We'll see what's trying to pop up there and what we have moving. So thank you everybody for tuning in as always. I greatly appreciate it. Laptop Travel for all your help. Doge Mama 9, Profit Logics, and Jay Kratz, Luis Rodriguez, Barbara, and Austin, and Abundance Mindset right there, and Bong Pri Chan, and Stacy, Sanu, Trench Ant. There he is. He's trenching. And Sean, Alicia, and Zach, and a bunch of other people were on, I saw. So thank you, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, check us out at 7 a.m. for pre market, and maybe we'll have something green. I can't promise you, though, because like I said, I'm not exactly convinced, but you know what? They've been pretty green for pre-market, so it's been pretty good early in the morning. It just and that's why I've been saying wait until like that lunchtime right now, and you can really see what the markets are doing. You don't force anything and be patient. And honestly, right around lunchtime, you can kind of short the market right down. It's a piece of cake. It has been all last week, and then today it picked up the same thing. So keep your eye on that as well. And any questions, obviously, shoot me a DM and I'll definitely answer you. You know that. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. And we'll be back at 7 a.m. And obviously, you guys know all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night. And I will see you guys in the morning. Good night, everybody.